Oh, what a night. Oh, what a time Philip has had. He got up early, trying to leave the city in the wee hours, and 2 dogmen were waiting for him. Thankfully, he didn't have to fight them at the same time, yet he fought them in quick succession, and he came out on top, with a pretty significant wound, and with a decent amount of blood loss. But that wound has sealed up somewhat, and it's just minor now. Not enough to stop him. Yet, we must remember that the world is dangerous, even a few feet away from the city gates. Philip is going to need to rest, get himself well fed and watered, before he heads out across the land again, towards the Enclave and towards Camp Grayling. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Neo Scavenger, where we're going to make sure that Philip does have a proper rest, but that is going to be later on tonight. So we're going to spend today going around, picking up what we can, selling it to the junk market, and just making sure he has some time to rest. Oh, he's sweating now. It was looking like he was getting a little cold before. We're more than likely going to spend the day just getting water for ourselves. Oh, look at that. Yeah, all the other meat that we had sold them is already spoiled. That's for them to deal with. Maybe they'll sell it to the Last Chance Canteen, eh? Maybe. So we are going to be gathering up water and finding somewhere to work that into sterilized stuff. Ah, that's where it is. Okay, so there are these communal trash fire barrels that we should be able to utilize. Taking it out of the campsite for a moment, we'll be using that to help us boil some water. It's already later in the day, and we have more water to acquire. And it looks like all of our water is sterilized. Even though we're really tired, we are going to be waiting until the sun has actually set before we try and go and sleep in the parkade again. I'm just heading up on the way towards the Last Chance Canteen so that we can have a little bite to eat before we call it a day. Go for that non-veg stew again. Yeah, seems to be acceptable. Oh, and you know what? Maybe mixed veggie bowl just to spice things up. Then to the parkade we go. Let's go for the hatchback again. And it looks like we will be waiting just a little bit longer. There we go. Nightfall. Very cozy sleep. And a good morning it is that we awake to. We'll see if there's anything brand new at the market. And they do have more ammunition, but we're still doing okay. We haven't fired our guns at all yet. But it's worth us keeping an eye on things like even the cornucola shirt here. That's 100% condition. We are going to take that and put it on, taking off one of our lesser quality ones. Oh, and I've also just realized at some point I have dumped out. Oh no, they're here. I was gonna say we lost our clean rags, but no, we've still got them. We're okay. Our electricity charges are looking good. We're good to go. We're definitely gonna be stopping by the canteen on the way out to have ourselves a snack. Going for our non-veg. Wonderful. And before we go too far, we might look at taking the mask off for now. As frightening as it is, I do believe it has an intimidation factor to it, but it's gonna give us just too many negatives right now. If we have a chance to chuck it on in combat, yeah, we'll do that, but otherwise we'll leave it off our head for now. So having a look back up here, I'd like to kind of go through that area towards the ATN Enclave, so we're gonna try and beeline towards this little unknown area here. Although in saying that, it's really not very big on the map, is it? Still, there's a chance that there could be something there. We're moving through the city here. We found a tarp, an okay shoe, and some patch high gloves. They're not great though. We're not going to be stopping to scavenge right now. I'd say probably not until we get much closer to the ATN. Oh, although 2 shacks, that's hard to pass up. Maybe we'll just check out one of them. And hey, it paid off. 2 different little snack cakes for us to eat. And a stranger. They're minding their own business. We'll continue to mind ours. And we're going to be heading up towards this area here, I think. Yeah, that's the big unknown spot. It is a little close to Saginaw, but I'm sure we'll be just fine. Oh, and our clean rags have fallen apart. We've hit the evening, and it does look like we're probably going to need to try and put another fresh one on there. There we go. Might as well keep the dirty ones for now. And because it is getting later, we're probably just going to scavenge these areas around here and try and find a camp. And what do we have here? Some more clean rags, first of all. Very nice. Got a few different backpacks here. Nothing in them, though. Actually, just kind of a whole bunch of nothing, really. Let's keep moving. Hi there, dogman. Great. Okay, well, we've only got one turn here. We're going to move back towards the city, and we're going to see what happens. There is a stranger down there. It is going to be getting later in the day. I think we're probably going to have to head up and in this direction. The forest is a little bit safer. Okay, we're safe here as well for the moment. Not very safe, though. We're going to have to keep on going. And we went into the unknown there. We do not know what is there in this forest. We're currently considered blind. If we can access our backpack, okay, and it looks like we might be able to now, we're going to turn on these night vision goggles so that we can see what's going on. And, oh yeah, proper night vision. So we should have a much better chance of seeing now. We're going to take cover. It's a freaking dogman. Of course it is. Of course it is. It is currently bleeding, though. We can try and intimidate it, or we could go for an attack. At the same time, we could try and fall back a square. I like the idea of us doing that. We're going to fall back here. It's vulnerable. Fantastic. So when they charge, it does mean that we're going to have a better chance at doing stuff to them. We're going to try and see if we can leg trip this one here. We did it before it managed to try and attack us. That's great. So it's fallen. We're going to exploit a weakness here as it starts to try and stand back up. It's a little bit further away from us still. We are going to fall back yet another square so that it has to charge towards us. I mean, it's still bleeding as well, and it's just fallen again. Range 4. We can probably just wait here. We're going to threaten this thing. As it starts to get in closer towards us, vulnerable with an exposed weakness, we are going to attack it. Bam. Okay, and what an attack it was. We demolished their upper left leg, which caused them to completely fall over to the ground. They're in severe pain and they're having trouble concentrating. We attack yet again. Stunned, they're not going to be able to do much more, and now they are unconscious. You are a beast, good sir, an absolute beast. And you know what? I think we're going to be able to keep the cloak in here, quite possibly. So we're going to have a look at doing that. We're a little thirsty. Let's turn off our night vision goggles for now. But that made a big difference, actually being able to see in combat. Hey, yeah, let's drink and let's look at chopping this thing up. Ah, there's a meat cleaver nearby that we can use. We will use that, thank you. And then we'll swap out our coat and we'll put that other one down here. That's going to be worth selling to the ATN. And we are looking at sleeping soon, so we're probably just going to cook up some of this meat for ourselves tonight. Purifying some of it, or rather curing it, would be worthwhile, so we'll have a look at doing that too. We just have to hope that there isn't another dogman out here. So, yeah, let's cure that medium meat. And then we will just cook some regular, as the sun is now gone, oh boy. Okay, we're going to be eating that, oh boy, cooked piece of meat there, and let's take the other stuff. I would like to extinguish the campfire. We're just going to keep it away from us for now. Oh, crap. Left a sleeping bag behind. Well, that's unfortunate. Still going to be okay quality sleep, though, it looks like. Let's just make sure we grab that other piece of meat. Okay, something has come for us during the night. So, what are we going to do? We're going to take cover, first of all, and then we are going to go and turn this on. Blink. We have night sight. Now we wait. It's a dogman. Of course it's a dogman. Of course it's another freaking dogman. Okay, so what is it going to be? Range 2. We need to get back an extra square. Falling back, it is going to make sense for us to do it. No, not run, fall back. Because they were sneaking towards us. Bastard. Okay, oh, now it's close within range. Okay, our only option is to try and get out or make an attack. If we make an attack, it's also going to get one on us. We could try and parry, which makes us much harder to hit, or we can try and dodge. Chance to move one space away from the target. I think we're going to try and dodge here. And we managed, I think. Yeah, dodged out of the way. We can exploit a weakness now. It's currently vulnerable. If we try and fall back a square, it's still going to be able to get us, because I think range 1 is enough for them to be able to hit us. I think we might have to try and take a hit here to exploit a weakness. Let's see. Oh, okay. The dogman is parrying the next attack, making them harder to hit. That's fine. You can be parrying. I am so glad that they didn't try to attack us then. We are going to try and attack though. Now is the time. And there we go. Dogman is exposed to an easy attack for a moment. We demolished their right arm, crippling it, and now it's stunned. Let's go for that stun. We're going to continue to attack here. Still stunned, so we will continue to attack. And I think that's what's fantastic about, oh boy, blunt weapons, is that stun factor. It's coughing up blood. We continue to pummel it. Eventually, it will relent, messy as it is. Jeez, come on, put it out of misery. I kind of feel bad for it now. It's unconscious, it's bleeding, we're just pummeling it again and again and again. I'm just going to have to keep this up for a little while, I think. We're wary right now. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We could just wait while it's unconscious and bleeding out and everything else like that. Let's actually advance the square here, get closer, and just start to kick. It's going off of the screen here. Still nothing. Okay, I mean, it's going to die eventually, right? It's got a concussion, it's unconscious, shock, vulnerable, unable to run. One more strike and we'll see. All right, I don't know what else to do to this thing. We're just going to get more and more exhausted throughout this process. I mean, we'll create an obstacle for it, which, yep, this thing seems unbeatable, but finally, there we go. It died. So, that's yet another dogman here, and it's a lot of meat. But I think we just focus on the coat more than anything else right now, because the coat ain't gonna go off. Let's do it. Here we go. Now, trying to figure this all out, huh? Yeah, I mean, we can comfortably fit those two in there. We would just have to keep that on our head for now, which does make it harder for us to be able to see. I don't just want to leave it behind, you know? There we go. There we go. Okay, somehow managed to fit that all in okay. There is no point in us cooking anything up right now. We just need to try and get some more sleep. Yeah, oh boy. Thankfully, it does look like we are going to be well rested here. Yep, and surprisingly, the meat's still in okay condition. We are still quite far. Actually, we're not that far from the enclave, but I don't think we're going to be able to carry any more with us at all. I mean, if we pop the head off for a moment, we can fit a little bit more in here. And you know what? Sure, we'll give it a shot. We'll take what we can. We're going to be burdened regardless. We just need to break down these bits now. Oh, and there's a stranger close by. Well, you best stay away, buddy. We'll have to leave a little bit of the extra meat behind, but I am still happy with that as far as a night of wild hijinks goes. Now, if we want to try and explore more of this unknown area, we're going to have to go a little bit further to the west. Oh boy. Okay, you're carrying a rifle. Terrain is treacherous at the moment. I think we take cover before we do anything else. They're vulnerable right now. We could set a lure for this stranger who is charging towards us. Weapon stones. Okay, you're not actually using that rifle. Let's put down a lure then, which absolutely wrecked you. We're going to try and exploit a weakness here as you start to try and get back up. We're then going to create an obstacle, which makes you fall over, and then we're going to crush you. Yup, it's going okay for us so far. Another good strike, and we're going to keep at that. They're stunned, but they're still on their feet as far as I'm aware. We'll just keep up the onslaught, and that was enough. So, you had a hunting rifle and a bow with a strap. You didn't have any ammunition in your hunting rifle though. And unfortunately, we can't really store that anywhere else unless we want to do away with this and then just buy a new one at the Enclave. That is a big risk to take. I mean, we could just take the ammunition out of that one and put it in this and then use it as a weapon. I think we might just do that for the moment. Are they going to go in this one? I think we have to take it out first. Let's see about that. Yep, okay. I think that's what we're going to do for now. I think that's the smartest option for us. We just have to maybe try and avoid a little bit more combat as we make our way into a completely unknown area. Not the smartest. Oh boy, and a melon head has just snuck up behind us and managed to steal a squirrel corpse. We're going to put down a lure for them, and I don't really want to fight them here. They're trying to take cover. They're vulnerable and whatnot. We are going to intimidate them now, and hopefully that should be enough to get them to either surrender or get them to flee. Oh no, we don't want to surrender to target. We want to demand their surrender. That doesn't really seem to be happening here. Ranged attack. We don't want to shoot them either. I think we just try and get away. We start to fall back, and sure enough, that works out. Oh boy. Let's keep going. I think if we get on top of this hill here, we should have most of the area explored. Close to. So there's a little unknown patch down there. It's probably just going to have to stay unknown for now, as we have places to be when we're starting to tire. The Enclave, though, is not too far from here. It looks like our timing is going to be pretty good because the sun is starting to set at the moment. It did just mention there being a sleeping bag back there. We do need a sleeping bag, but ideally we want to get one of the smaller ones. Okay, so close. And there we go. We have managed to return. Let's get a meal first of all. Lovely. We like it. And let's browse that trading post. Some meat that's spoiled, but hey, our stuff is still okay to sell. And now the fur coats. Well, actually, we'll take the one that's 99.9% good, and we'll sell these others. Wonderful. And, okay, the rifle, we want the ammunition out of that. Okay, so I think we can just take it out like that. Good. We're going to put it into that one. And you, we will be selling you as well. Nearly 5,000. So, what are we going to grab from them? I think the berries, first of all. The condition's totally fine, so we should be good to have them for a little while. Oh, now, do we want to sell our clown head? No, we'll probably keep it. We'll just keep it in this other backpack for now. Oh, yeah, and we do 100% want to buy another one of those war clubs. Oh, we're burdened. We don't actually need the meat cleaver. Let's get rid of that. And this other tarp. I think we'll probably just sell off the dirty rags for the moment. Alright, and all that's really left for us to do now is to first of all, check our bandage, which is good. Yeah, only thing that's left for us to do is to go and sleep. But I might want to try and head back and see if we can track down that sleeping bag, as long as it doesn't get too late. We'll see if that's going to be possible. I think it was back over on that square there. Yup, apparently. Average sleeping bag. Yep, there we go. We'll take it. It's better than having nothing right now. We'll start to head back. Maybe actually out that side. Or we could wait until the morning. They're going to have new stuff in their store. So we'll set up a camp here and then we'll go and visit them come dawn. And it's a pretty quality looking sleep. There we go. With it being a new day, we should be able to dine there too. And we're back at the Enclave. So let's have a look at the trading post first. Oh my gosh. Travois. Amazing. Hot damn. I don't know how we are going to... I guess we go into vehicle to be able to purchase it. Totally worth it. It's worth 5? Are you kidding me? Amazing. Amazing. We cannot run in combat. We'd have to drop it first, but that is fantastic. That is just so good. We're going to buy some food and we're going to put some food on that just so we can kind of carry that with us. Berries aren't going to go too good on a travois, so we will just take them back to our regular inventory. I think the idea is that they would probably be falling in between the gaps. So let's remember that we have some cured meat on there. And do I want to grab anything else? We've got a smartphone here. Doesn't seem to have a battery in it, or maybe you can put charge directly into it. I'm half tempted. It might be worthwhile having a device of some kind. So yeah, we actually do have some cell phone batteries in here still. But that, good find. Very good find. Okay, let's see if we can dine today. Oh, no, okay, we've had enough. Let's leave the village for now then, and check that we're still dragging this thing. We are. Incredible. Let's actually take that sleeping bag off and we'll put it on here for now. And let's see what we can do with these cell phone batteries. We're going to take that one, put it onto here. No, that's not going to work, so we'll just take the charge out then. We'll put the charge directly in there. Is that going to go? No. Damn. So it does need to have a different type of battery. It's probably going to be a smartphone battery if I had to take a guess. Well, we've got it for now. I'm going to hold on to it. But let's snack on some of these berries to get going. And by snack on them, I mean we're pretty much going to eat all of them here. We will be drinking some of our water as well. And then we're going to start our journey. We are going to be heading up north, and it's pretty much going to be a straight shot. We just need the fastest way to get around this forest, and well, there isn't really any fast way. We are just going to have to go around. Well, the rains are gone, and we've made it around the forest, so from this point on, we are going to be heading pretty much straight north the whole way, and I'm not going to be doing any scavenging right this second. We will be checking on squares where it says that there is stuff, but for the most part, we want to get to Grayling today. So let's set our sights. Okay. And we decided to move through a city. Who knows what they made in this factory back in the day? Nothing now but rusting hulks of metal, corroding overhead walkways and dark shadows. A clutch of froggers are huddled in one corner over a fire. Tea time for the Church of the Blue Frog believers. But there's something else in here, something inhuman. You can tell by the smell, wet fur, musky scent, a dogman. You've been crouched here for the past half hour, and you still haven't got a good fix on it, but you think that it's moving in on the froggers. Yellow warning, and it could be you who's the target. Do nothing, and you've got cover for an escape, but there'll be guaranteed dog food. Well, the blue frogs have constantly attacked us, so no, I don't think so. We are just going to sit tight and wait. The dog man takes his time. The froggers have almost finished their tea before it lunges into the circle of light. It tears through 3 froggers in quick succession, ignoring the rest. In all 3 cases, it focuses on immobilizing them first, often biting at their exposed tendons. Then it slashes open their bellies, forcibly thrusting its snout into their still pulsing bodies, feasting on their fanatically beating hearts. You choke down the impulse to vomit. Is this where dogmen get their vitamins and minerals from? More than likely, but we managed to get away. Good. We will check here to see if there is anything that's been left behind. It does not seem like that's the case. We're still checking these whenever we find them. No, we are going to continue on. And oh boy, we can see it. We can see it to the north now. Camp Grayling. It is there waiting for us. And it's getting late. The sun is starting to set. Okay, we're going to get up onto this hill. We can see down into it. We need to be ready. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We need to probably look at leaving a few things here. Our vehicle being one of those things, because we don't want to be unable to run. So we'll leave that there for now. The meat that's on it though, we can more than likely take that with us. Just as long as it doesn't overburden us. No, we're looking okay. So, going into this, we have night vision goggles, which we're probably going to turn on, especially if there's a chance that we could be walking into a trap. Now, the foil. I don't know how we use the foil. I think having it with us, that might give us an option here, because we haven't... There's nothing in here that makes me think that we can craft something with the foil. We can get foil scraps from a reflective sheet, but we can't make anything with them. So I gotta hope us just having them here will allow us to use them as a item. I truly do hope. So let's get ready then. We've got our rifle, we've got a pistol. Honestly, we could just keep the pistol in our offhand maybe, and just leave the pack here for now. I don't know how good the looting is going to be in there though. And of course, we need to make sure that we've got all of our stuff accessible. That's the flash drive. We have the other flash drive here. You know what? I'm actually just going to take all the stuff out so that we have it in a bag rather than in a container. And that goes for this black box with antennae and the LCD readout on it. Yeah, you know what? We're going to leave a few things back here, I think. Because that way, we can keep our pistol in our offhand. Let's just stay on the war club for now, though. Empty bottles, they can go. Okay, I'd say I'm pretty happy with that. Got the flash drive, got the other flash drive, and the weird device thing. And with all that left behind, let's move in closer. The road on which you walk is a vanishing one, besieged by dirt and grass. Cracked concrete leads you through parted woods of pine and aspen, while dense, ghost-white mist whirls in and out of an earthen darkness. The air bites colder here. A flagpole emerges from the grey canvas before you, flying no flag at its peak. You soon reach a great wall made of lines of jersey barriers, defending a tall, sturdy gate, fortified by the wreckage of cars that once rammed the barricade. It seems that at one point quite a few people became desperate to return to the base. You find their bones right where they left them. To one side, a derelict sign reads Camp Grayling. The main gates of the military base are a daunting sight to behold, heavy with purpose and impregnability. While there's no shortage of purchase for climbing, the sheer number and variety of corpses heaped between the double barricades suggests that breaking into Camp Grayling won't be that easy. A fine mesh fence continues through the woods on either side of the gates, just clearing the tree line. To your right, the fence skirts a path that leads down to a body of water. To your left, it runs deep into a dark forest, foreboding and beckoning at the same time. Let's go towards the lake first. The path opens up to a pitch black ocean, silent and still under the curtains of fog curling on its surface. Something about this place. With all the time that you've spent in the wilderness, nothing has ever been so utterly devoid of sound. An abyss within the waters draws you in the longer you stare at it, and you can't shake the feeling that something is watching you back. The base's fence line follows the shore tightly. There's no easy way through here. You feel a chill as you turn away and head back to the main gates. It's only then that you notice the sign eaten by the underbrush. Lake Marguerite, this way. You politely disagree. Okay, so the left path then, into the forest. Walking between a dense spread of trees and the electrified fence, you look for places where you might be able to climb and leap over. But it's as if the forest knows where Grayling's boundaries are, fearful of disobeying. Deep within Camp Grayling, eerie lights weave through the fog, punctuated by an occasional sound that's as much vaguely machine-like as it is animalistic. Soon you see it. 3 gigantic sphere-like structures dotted with lights along the top. Something dark crosses your view. You look down. A look of horror hangs on the wide-eyed, rotting face of a woman, caught on the other side of the fence as if trying to flee. The back of her head, neck and arms are charred to the bone. Well then, you see a handful of bodies along the inner grounds, every inch of their skin facing towards the base is burnt to all hell. Beyond them you see the antenna-mounted pylons wordlessly gloating over their handiwork, daring you to come. Further ahead, the end of the fence line turns inwards just before a vast, vile-looking swamp. Even the woods don't dare you to venture in, and you'd be a sitting duck trying to wade through it. Luckily, you may not have to. You've found several places where the electrified mesh fence is partially cut. Any amount of prolonged contact will be pure agony, but with the right tool and every inch of your threshold for pain, you might just be able to get through it. All that's left is choosing. Boy, I'm thinking we probably wanted to have some, pain medication. Signal measuring device we can use here. We can look into the base grounds, cut through one of the spots, or just straight up leave. Access your things. I think there's no option. Items on the ground here, that's not going to help us, right? Let's see. No. Okay, let's access our things again. Either we need more than that, or we need to try and actually put it together somehow, and we just don't know yet. I mean, a lot of the learning that we have to do in this is through experimentation, so we might not necessarily have the recipe, but we might need it. I think at the very least, let's look into the grounds here and see what we can see. Because as soon as we cut through and head in, we could end up like her, and we don't want that. Okay, let's spy. The pylons you see forming a perimeter beyond the fence are much clearer now. However, that doesn't help identifying them. They almost look like radar towers, but they aren't moving. 3 white orb-like structures dwarf several buildings in the foreground. a small shed, an air traffic control tower, an enormous hangar, and a barracks. Beyond that, long runways stretch between even more hangars. You catch a glimpse of what they likely hold. Unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. A couple of small, sleek drones sit here and there. Some crashed, others relegated to the mercy of the elements. The rest, you'd guess, likely sit safe inside. There's not a living soul in sight. The dead, however, are readily available for company. Yeah, I'm not liking this. No, we leave. We decide to leave Camp Grayling alone for now. And I do think that that is the best call for us to make. Having a look at our crafting, let's see if there is a way for us to put together the ingredients that we have to be able to make something out of this. Put some small parts, multi-tool, maybe some string, but that's probably going to be back where we were. Okay, alright, so let's head back to our stuff then, see what we have. Okay, trying once again, we'll chuck a few of these things in here. Nothing. So either we don't have enough of one of these things, or it's some other kind of combination. With how many of these we can stack, there is a possibility that we might need more in general there. So, with that being the case, we're gonna need to go and get it. So, let's get that vehicle screen open and get everything set up to hit the road again. Well, we're not leaving anything behind. And hey, we've got a few different places that we can actually scavenge around here. I'd like to be able to do that before nightfall. Let's see if we can. Many storage sheds, okay. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Two dogmen, two of them. Ditch the vehicle, oh my gosh. We dodge out the way for a moment, but this thing is on us. Okay, it is vulnerable. We are currently considered to be dodging. I think we need to make an attack on it. The other one is closing in though. This is dire. Okay, we managed to demolish that one there. Hot damn. That is Philip. Okay, Dogman leader, vulnerable, fallen, stunned, amazing. This one, also vulnerable. We're gonna melee attack. Player is bleeding. Okay, they got to us, but we also got to them. We're not coughing blood, but I think we're stunned. We are. We're gonna have to wait a turn here. Okay, everything still seems to be alright. Coughing blood, tough. It is like right on top of us. The Dogman leader, unable to run, crippled left leg, bleeding, but it's getting back up. We can leg trip that one back down, but I think we need to do some more damage to this one here. We melee attack it. It's down again. It is down. And looking back to the other one, parrying, unable to run, bleeding. We try and strike you. We're vulnerable. That's not a good position for us to be in. We missed them. We can try and headbutt. I think we do. Dogman slashes player's head with a claw, and we headbutt them. They've fallen. That's the leader there. This one is getting back up, coughing up blood, unable to run. The leader is in a bad condition, but I think we still need to do more to this one here. We can put down a lure. We're going to. Excellent. They're both in a really, really bad way. We're starting to feel some pretty considerable pain though. Okay, going back between them. This one has fallen right now. I think we're going to go for exploiting. We will exploit a weakness, and we are going to strike this one. Hang on, that's the leader. No, we need to make sure that we're going for... You're fallen. The Dogman leader has the exposed weakness though. Okay, I think we have to go for you first then. Died of cardiac arrest. Wonderful. We did some considerable work there. Moving on to you now. Unable to run, bleeding, exploit a weakness. It's moving in towards us. We're going to lure. It is down. We're going to create an obstacle. And it is actually further away from us right now. So let's just say dodge for now. Is it going to get closer? No, it's trying to run. Oh, we're not going to let you get away. No. We're going to advance, and we're going to advance again. Okay, and then we strike. It's down, it's unconscious. We need to move closer again. Let's strike this thing. Hot damn. Philip, you are a monster. An absolute monster. Okay, let's have a look and see how bad. That's not good. It's a moderate cut. Moderate pain. Okay, alright. We're going to empty that out. We're going to clean that wound there because I think that's a sound plan. Then we need to take out these rags, and we really need to make sure that we get that bandaged up. Yeah, and let's just put it back into there for now. Wow. Okay, they're both in good condition right now. We need to see to getting those corpses torn apart, and then I was just going to scavenge around here, but the ATN Enclave, it's not that far. We can sell off those hides, we can sell off the meat, we can make a tidy profit, and I think we're going to have to try and pick up a few extra supplies before we really try and push into Greyling. Pain medication, I think, could help us, especially if we're going to be cutting through a live wire fence. And then, of course, there is the foil. We need to find a way to make that work. And hey, I don't want spoilers. I will find out. We'll experiment and we will get it to work. But I'd like to thank you all for joining me for yet another episode. And hey, if you enjoyed this one and just how much of an absolute beast Philip is, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.